bill or a $5 bill, which is what I have. When I look on the back of the $5 bill, it says, "In God we trust." So we as a nation trust God. We stand on the oracles or the promises of God. But my question to you today is, can God trust you? It's a big deal when God decides that he wants to relinquish his anointing to you or submit his authority over to you. It means a great deal when God will allow man to speak for him. It means a lot. The problem is that once man gets this anointing or gets this power, for some, they try to take the credit for themselves. They themselves begin to think that, well, God trusts me because I am such a righteous person, or a man of integrity, a woman of integrity, so God trusts me. Just look at what he's blessed me with. I have this 200 capacity church membership. I have 3 services a day. So God bless me, and God has trusted me to be a shepherd over his flock. We rate that God trusts us based on the success of our congregation, the size of our congregation. Is that really what that looks like when God trusts you? Is that really what it looks like? Is that really what success looks like? Man sometimes lies to themselves in deceit, thinking that they are blessed because of themselves, because they are so articulate. So God blessed me with this gift of the ability to preach and to minister to people. Men become so self-righteous themselves until they begin to reflect their success upon themselves. They are the great one. But in fact, if you look in the Bible, the prophets in the Old Testament were people that God decided that he would speak through. That these people will be the ones that he will allow them to take his words and his feelings and bestow it upon the people, upon the nation. That's what God, he trusted them enough to believe that and to know that they will not take God's glory. And the great thing about that is, for us, for those who want to know what it looks like, well, being a prophet in those days, yes, it was a great, it was great to be a prophet of God. It was great to know that God trusted you enough to select you to be the one to carry on his will on this earth, to talk to his chosen people, to talk to the nation. God chose the prophets to do that. But if you look at the lives of the prophets, they suffered many, many afflictions. Some of them were not liked. Okay? Moses was a prophet. And we know that Moses done great things. God used him, in miraculous ways. But Moses made a mistake. He disobeyed God by hitting a rock twice when God said hit it once. And as a result, God told Moses that you cannot go into the promised land. So he didn't, out of all the hard work that he'd done, he was not able to go across into that promised land. What about the other great prophets, Jeremiah? You see, Jeremiah was known as the weeping prophet, but Jeremiah, they were all in exile. Jeremiah and Ezekiel were prophets that were in exile. They was there because of the rebellion of the nation. God's chosen people, Israel, kept rebellion, and God sent his wrath upon the people and allowed the unsaved, the unchurched, to get them to come against their military and win. They lost the battles that they should have won. They lost because of their disobedience to God. God allowed the unchurched, God allowed the not chosen ones to capture his chosen people. So what about God's anointing? So now you still think that because of your mega church, or because of your the size of your ministry, or because of the material blessings, and because of your financial wealth, and because of your authority and your control in the church that your family has ownership to. A lot of churches nowadays, they used to have assistant pastors. Well, if you notice nowadays, not many churches have assistant pastors in the black churches. I mean, a lot of them have co-pastors. That simply means that if the senior pastor dies and the co-pastor is the wife, then the co-pastor is the one going to be the pastor of their church. I mean, that's what they're doing. So God trusted them enough to say, I call you to shepherd. And many of them have taken and abused God's authority, God's power,